week if everything goes well. Today, to start the class, I have a different shlok because we have practiced one shlok that is for the teacher and the students. But I wanted to take it to the next step. This is the same type of a shlok, but another part of it. So I'm going to explain to you what it means, and then we can try to say it together. You don't have to turn on your mics, it's okay. First, let's look at the meaning of this shlok. This shlok says, Asatoma, yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. Now you can. Okay, there's my screen. So Sanskrit Bhasha Shikshanam, and we are looking at a shlok. So like I said, it's a different shlok. It goes like Asatoma Sadgamaya. So that means asat, that is asatya. That means in Hindi or in Sanskrit, untruth. From untruth, asat, we have to go to sad. Sad gamaya. This is a sandhi here, like two words coming together. The two words are sat and gamaya, like go towards the truth. So once again, asat oma, asatoma, sat gamaya. That means going from untruth towards truth. Or in other words, when you pray, like take me from untruth towards truth. I'm going to turn on my video. Okay, that's better. So here, tamasoma jyotir gamaya. That means tamas, that is andhakar or darkness, ma, that is towards, jyotir, that is light, gamaya, to go. So going from darkness towards jyoti, that is light. And the last one, mrityorma amritam gamaya. That means going from mrityu, that is death, towards amritam, that is immortality. A very important concept in Sanatan Dharma is the concept of immortality, or the concept of nirvana, becoming one with the supreme power. And then, as usual, it ends with Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. That means Om, peace, peace, peace. Now, I'm going to say the whole meaning once again, going from the untruth towards the truth. So please take us from untruth towards truth. Please take us from darkness towards light. Please take us from death towards immortality, or maybe we can say nirvana. And Om, peace, peace, peace. So how can we say this? We can say this in the same tone as the other shlok that we have practiced for the last 6 lessons. So this will be something like Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. There's a message, not from the group maybe. Okay, so that's how. Maybe I was interrupted, so I'm gonna do it all over again. So from here, one more time, I'm gonna close my eyes. If you want, you can say it along without having to unmute your microphone. So one more time, 1, 2, 3, go. Asitoma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. In the next class, we're gonna try to practice this with the microphone on. So, or maybe we can do this at the end of the class when everybody has their microphones unmuted. So then coming back to our regular shlok, we're gonna say it one more time to start the class, and you guys can say it together. You don't have to unmute your microphones. So 1, 2, 3, go. Om Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Okay, I hope that makes you feel better. It surely does to me. Today's class, we're going to do a little bit of a revision of the time concept that we talked about in the last few classes. So in Sanskrit, time is samaya. You can see it in English here, the English transliteration, samaya, like this. So time, samaya. We practiced a couple of questions in the last couple of classes. So the most important question when it comes to time is when you ask somebody, what time is it? And that will become kaha samayah. English transliteration will be kaha samayah. What time is it? Kaha samayah. You can also say kaha samayah asti, but really because Sanskrit is a language that likes to keep things as short as possible, it is enough if you say kaha samayah. That's it. Then we can answer with some time, whatever time it is. So in this case, the example is Sapad Chatur Vadanam. Sapad Chatur Vadanam. What does that mean? Sa means with. So with pad, that is 15. That means one part, like this, a quarter, okay? So with a quarter, Chatur Vadanam. That means 4 Chatur and a quarter. That means 4:15 p.m. or a.m., whatever the time is. So that becomes Vadanam. That means o'clock in English. Right now, we have 11 and 13 here in Colombia, Sunday, 11:13 a.m. Maybe it's a different time in your country, but here we can say this is Ekadash, and 14 I can say almost 15. So I can almost say Sapad. This will be Ekadash Vadanam. So I can say almost to round off, this will be Sapad Ekadash Vadanam. Or I can use the original word for 14, which I'm going to show now how to say different numbers in Sanskrit. So here we have another sentence. Dvivadane. Dvi, that is 2. Dvivadane avashyam gantavyam asti. So if I want to translate it in a very natural language, avashyam is like necessary. Gantavyam is to go. So like necessary to go at 2 p.m. So here, I must leave at 2. That is the natural English translation, but the literal translation would be, it is necessary to go at 2 p.m. So that is another way you can use it. Here we are using dvivadane instead of vadanam. So why are we doing that? Because like in Hindi, we say do bajne par ya do bajne mein, something like that. So this is the saptami vibhakti. Remember in Sanskrit we have 7 vibhaktis, and then we have one sambodhan karak. So this will be the saptami vibhakti, which means may. Like if you remember the past examples, grame, that is gaon mein, or rashtre, that is rashtra mein, mahadvipe, that is mahadvip mein. So in the same logic, it will be dvivadane, like do bajne mein ya do bajne par, so at 2 o'clock. So in English, that will be at. When you use at with a word, you use this vibhakti, this type of a form of the word. Because normally we will say vadanam, but in the saptami vibhakti or the 7th case, we will say like this, adding the e. The next one is this one, Trivadane ekam yanam asti. Yanam is a vehicle. In this case, they are translating as a bus, but could be a train, could be a plane. So here, Trivadane ekam yanam asti. Ekam is one. Trivadane, again the same concept. It is the Saptami Vibhakti. At 3 o'clock, one vehicle is there. Asti. Asti means to be. So in this case, is there. So there is a bus at 3 p.m. or a.m., whatever it is. It doesn't specify. Then the next one is Padona Shadvadane Bhavan Milati Va. Now, if you remember, in the last class, I told you that when you have a question in Sanskrit, you use this word va. So I'm going to maybe try to put it in another color, like this. Okay, let me make it bold. So this word here, it's a very small word, but it is very important and very powerful in the Sanskrit grammar because it can turn any sentence into a question. That is the power of that word. So here, padona. Now you see sapada, that is with 15, sapada. But here it is padona. That means minus 15. That means a quarter to 50, a quarter to. So a quarter to shad, that is 6. A quarter to 6. Bhavan, that is you. Remember, like Shriman, Bhavan. We discussed this in the last class. Milati, to meet. Va, are you? So, are you going to meet at this time? So, quarter to 6. Any question can be made using this va. So the same va I can put here. Trivadane ekam yanam asti va. So I have the same sentence, but that is the power of the word va. In one word, I made this sentence, which is about the last one, into a question. So I can do this literally with anything. So for example, here I can say Sapada chatur vadanam va. That means, is it this time? That is it 4:15? Sapada chatur vadanam va. Is it 4:15? Same here. Dvivadane avashyam gantavyam asti va. Dvivadane avashyam gantavyam asti va becomes a question. Also, if you can see my intonation, it changes when I ask a question. So if you use that kind of an intonation, you will be able to convey to the person you're speaking with that you're trying to ask them a question or that you are soliciting some information. Okay, let's look at the other two. Sardha Panch Vadane. Sardha, that's half. Panch, that's 5. So 5:30. Sardha Panch Vadane aham gruhe tishtami. Gruhe is house, my home. So Sardha Panch Vadane, that means at 5:30, me, that is I, tishtami, that is to be. I stay at home. So I go home or I am at home. I am at home at 5:30. Pancha-un. This is the same as the previous one. Padon. Pancha-un. That is -5. Padona is minus 15 because una means less. Un, when something is less. So panch un, that means 5 less than Dashwadne. That means 9:55. Because panch un, like 5 minus 10. So at 9:55, mama ghati, that is like a watch, sthagita. So at 9:55, my watch stops or stopped, something like that, because stagit is like to be still. So these are some examples of sentences, real life examples that you can use to talk about different things. For example, here in Colombia, it's morning. So it's like I said, it's like 11:21 now. So maybe I can say that I am having breakfast. So in that case, I will use the same logic. So I can say, aham ekadash vadane, that's at 11, khadami, that means I eat at 11. Or aham saptavadane uttishtami, that means I get up at 7. That's a total lie, but just an example. So here we can see more examples. What time do you get up? It's like, I get up at so and so time, then I eat lunch, I go to school, I go to bed, I do homework, and I read math, or whatever it is you want to read. So here I have some examples ready. Here, the child gets up. So I can say for myself, aham saptavadane uttishtami. I get up at 7. Aham dvivadane bhojanam karomi. That means I eat lunch at 2. Dvivadane. So go to school, that will be, let's change here. Instead of aham, I'm going to use tvam so that we can practice different forms. So tvam sardha navavadane pathshalayam gachasi. Now you can see here I'm using gachasi instead of gachami, because gachami will be me, gachasi will be you. So tvam sardha navavadane. Sardha, half past 9. So you go to school, that is pathshala, that's school, at 9:30, that is half past 9. Here, another example with tvam. Tvam chaturvadane gruhakaryam karosi. Again, instead of karomi, that is me, karosi, because it's you. So tvam chaturvadane at 4, grihakaryam, that's homework. So you do your homework at 4 o'clock. That's what it means. Now let's look at the third person. So we saw aham, we saw tvam. Again, aham and tvam. Now we can see saha. Saha is the masculine in the third person. That is somebody who is not you and somebody who is not me. It's another person. So saha nidraye gachati. Nidra means to sleep. So he goes to bed, or we can say he goes to sleep. So saha nidraye gachati. Here we don't use gachami, we don't use gachasi, we use gachati because it's another person, somebody not between you and me. The same way, saha ganitam patati. Here no patami, no patasi, will be patati. That's another person. Saha ganitam patati. So if it's more than one person, we can say patanti. We have seen that in some of the classes. And here it will be gachanti. But that's only if there are more people. So if there are more people, it will be te nidraye gachanti. Because instead of saha, we will have to use te. That's plural. Or if it's 2 people, we use tau. And here the same, te ganitam patanti, if it's more than 2 people. Now, so far we are only seeing, or we have only seen the masculine forms. That is what happens with words like Krishnaha, Ramaha, Nrupaha, Dutaha, Sevakaha. But we have not seen so much of feminine nouns. Here we have And akarant, striling. Feminine means striling. Akarant is a noun ending in a. It's the big a. It's not a small vowel. It's a long vowel. So here the word is mala, but it can be the same word as, for example, patshala. Patshala is also akarant striling. Here we have another nidra. Nidra is also akarant striling. In Sanskrit, the gender of the noun is decided based on whatever the different Sanskrit texts say. It doesn't depend on whether really that thing is a male or female, because as you know, mala can be a garland, something like a necklace that you put around your neck. Doesn't necessarily have to be a name, although it could be a name of a girl, but it can be an object, and even though it is an object, it will have feminine gender. So things can have feminine gender regardless of if they're really feminine or not. So here we can see just the singular. Again, we are not going to see the dual and the plural. We're going to keep it for later. Here you can see the names of the cases in English. So if you teach English as a profession like me, this is absolutely helpful. Many of the languages don't have it, but it's useful to know the nominative case, the accusative case, and the rest of them. And then the final is the Sambodhan Karak in Hindi, which is the vocative, like hey male. Like I said, it can be used with hey, can also be used with are male, or hey male, like that, to address someone. So in the first one, it is karta karak. Karta karak, the nominative, mala. Then karan karak, that will be malam. Then malaya, malaye, malaya, malaya again. Many of them are repetitions, like here we can see 3 repetitions, so that doesn't matter. And the last one is malayam, and that is why I used here patshalayam, because I wanted to say patshala me, in the school, at school. So I used the saptami vibhakti, that is malayam or patshalayam. When I use the word nidra, saha nidraye gachati, I use the karak number 4, malaye. So I use nidraye, which is the dative case, which means ke liye, like for something. So this is the preposition for. So I wanted to say for sleep. He went to sleep. So I said nidraye, that is for sleep or to sleep. Now we're going to see some numbers. So in Sanskrit, we have different numbers, and they have different names very similar to the names that we currently use in many Indian languages. So it shouldn't be hard if you already speak any Indian language. So number 1, that's 0, shunya, ekah, dvay, traya, or some people say trini is also possible. Chatwari, panch, shat, sapta, asht, nav. These are the main few numbers. Now we will see how we can create other numbers using these numbers. So here we have them in their proper form. Maybe I have a better picture. No. Okay, so this one. So in their proper form, ekam, dve, trini, chatvari, panch, shat, sapt, asht, nav. And then dasha, that is 10. Then the numbers continue. It's really easy. As an Indian, you would already know in some way, because we use words like ekadashi or things like that. So maybe you are familiar with the words. So ekadash, that is 11. Ekadash. So you can see the 1 and the 11. Dwadash. So you can see the dvay becomes the dwa, and the dash, that is the 10. Trayodash, Chaturdash, Panchadash, Shodash, Saptadash, Ashtadash, Navadash, Vinshati. Actually, when I was in school, I did not learn Navadash. We were taught that it was Ekona Vinshati. So that means ek un, like one is less from vinshati. That is like the same as in Hindi when you say unnis, unnis bis. So like unnis in Sanskrit will be ekona vinshati, but here they show navadash. So it's okay if you want to say navadash, 19, it's okay. But if you want to say ekona vinshati, it's also okay. Then we have the same logic continues here. Ekavinshatih, Dvavinshatih, Trayovinshatih, Chaturvinshatih, Panchavinshatih, Shadavinshatih, Saptavinshatih, Ashtavinshatih, Navavinshatih, or like I learned at school, can be Ekona Trinshat. So Trinshat here, Ekatrinshat, Dvatrinshat, Trayatrinshat, Chatustrinshat. This little thing that you see, that extra letter that is coming, that is a sandhi. It is not necessary that you have to use that. If the pronunciation becomes difficult, you can just say it normally. Panchatrinshat, Shatatrinshat, Saptatrinshat, Ashtatrinshat, Navatrinshat, or Ekonchatvarinshat, Chatvarinshat. And then the same logic continues. We will have Panchashat, that is 50. So once again, like Dasha, Vinshatih, Trinshat, Chatvarinshat, Panchashat. Then we have Shashti. Let's see if we have it here. Yes, we have Shashti, Saptati, Ashiti, that is 80, Navati, that is 90, and Shatam, that is 100. The Indian number system is actually a very interesting number system because we invented the number Shunya, that is 0 here. And then the decimal number system also owes itself to a lot of different texts that we had in ancient times and today's modern numeral system. But sometimes what happens is Indians get confused because in our ancient texts we had lakh and karod. So that is lakh and koti. In Sanskrit that was koti. In the modern system, people use, like the Americans, they use millions, billions, and trillions. So we had our own way of saying those numbers, which we will see in later classes. So here I have some numbers. We can try to practice them together at the end of the class. So I'm going to do one. So this can be like dash. This can be panchadasha. Then any number, you can just pick it and you can say it. So for example, here this is shat because this is 6. And this is 90, that is navati. So I can say shat navati. That's fine. I don't have to use the correct sandhi at this stage. We just have to learn how the numbers go together. So you can do that for pretty much any number, only right now for 2-digit numbers. So here I put some examples also, but we can see more. Like dash, this is dva. Oh, I put it wrong. Dvavinshati. So this will be where? Dva. I don't see it. Okay, here. 22. Here, ashta saptati. That means 8 and 7. So I need to see ashta saptati. Here. 8 and 7. And panchashat. That will be here. 50. Panchashat. Now, I have a little text which I took from the NCERT book of Sanskrit. This is for 6th grade because when I was young, I remember like at school, we started learning Sanskrit in the 5th grade. But nowadays in Indian schools, they are teaching Sanskrit from 6th grade. So this is a little text. I'm going to read it and let's see how you can try to understand the text based on context. So here, the name of the text is Samudra Tataha, means coastline. Eshaha Samudra Tataha. Atra Janaha पर्यटनाय आगच्छन्ति। केचन तरङ्गैः क्रीडन्ति, केचन च नौकाभिः जलविहारं कुर्वन्ति, तेषु केचन कन्दुकेन क्रीडन्ति। बालिकाः बालकाः च बालुकाभिः बालुकागृहं रचयन्ति, मध्ये मध्ये तरङ्गाः बालुकागृहं प्रवाहयन्ति। एषा क्रीडा प्रचलति एव। समुद्रतटाः न केवलं पर्यटनस्थानानि, अत्र मत्स्यजीविनः अपि स्वजीविकां चालयन्ति. So I hope that you are able to understand a little bit from the picture, because the picture gives a lot of context, but I'm going to try to explain what it says. So Esha Samudra Tataha, this is a coast or shore maybe. Here people come for paryatan, that means for tourism. Some people play with the waves, that is tarange, that is waves. Kridanti, that is to play. Kechancha, some of them. Naukabhi, that means nauka, that is boat. Jalaviharam kurvanti, that they travel or they do a little bit of water travel, we can say, on a boat. So some of them, teshu kechan, this is also I think this is saptami vibhakti, so teshu kechan kandukena kridanti. So here we have tritiya vibhakti, kandukena, with the ball. So some of them play with ball, with kandukena kridanti. Like in some of the last classes, we have seen Krishna Ramin with Lord Ram or with Lord Krishna. So here is with the ball. So kanduken, tritiya vibhakti. Balikaha balakaha, girls and boys, both of them. Cha means and. Balukabhi, this is also balukabhi, that means sand. So like in Hindi, I think, or in Marathi, it means varu, that is balu, because Sanskrit is very related to Marathi. Baluka griham, that is sand house, like sand castle. Rachayanti, to make. In between, madhye madhye, tarangaha baluka griham pravahayanti. So in between, the waves are going to the sand castle. This game is very popular, prachalati. On the coast, not only, or the coast is not only a tourist place, that is paryatan sthanani, but here fishermen, that is matsya jivinaha, that is fishermen, also, api means also, make their lives. Swajivika, swa means your own, jivika means life. So they make or they carry out, that is chalayanti, their own life. Let's continue. Asmakam deshe bahavaha samudra tataha santi. In our country, there are many samudra tat. Eteshu Mumbai, Goa, Kochi, Kanyakumari, Vishakhapatnam, Puri tataha ativa prasiddhaha santi. That means all of these places mentioned are really popular. Goa tataha videshi paryatakebhyah samadhikam rochate. That means foreigners also like Goa tat, that is Goa coast or Goa beach. Vishakhapatnam tataha Vedeshik Vyaparaya Prasiddha. So this particular beach, Vishakhapatnam, is popular for foreign business. That is Vedeshik Vyaparaya Prasiddha. Kochi tataha Narikela Falebhya Gyayate. Gyayate means jana jata hai, is known. So Kochi beach is known for coconut, or is famous for coconuts. Mumbai nagarasya juhu tate sarve janaha swairam viharanti. Swairam means like for leisure, for your own self. So in Mumbai, On the Juhu beach, a lot of people go to enjoy themselves, to carry out leisure activities. And Chennai Nagarasya Marina Tatah Deshasya Sagar Tateshu Dirghatamah. So Marina Beach, or yeah, that is in the city of Chennai. It is the largest one, or I think the longest one, because it says Dirghatamah. So here it is the longest one among the beaches or the coastlines of India. So here you can see the use of different vibhakti. So Chennai Nagarasya, that is Shashti vibhakti, that is the sixth one, that means possessive or genitive case. Deshasya, again Shashti vibhakti, which means uska, uski, uske. So Desh ka, Chennai Nagar ka, Chennai Nagar ki. That means the Shashti vibhakti again. And Sagar Tateshu, that is Sagar Tat Me. So that will be Saptami Vibhakti here. So we can see how the Vibhaktis function in different things. And also we can see how the verbs function. So here we can see Agachanti, that is to come, but in plural because many people come. So instead of Agachati becomes Agachanti. Again here, Santi. Santi is the plural of Asti. So if it is one, we say Asti. If there are many, we say Santi. So you can see how these things come to play. Again, Kridanti, that is plural. Pravahayanti, that is plural. Chalayanti, that is plural. Rochate, that is singular. Gyayate is also singular. So we can see how singular and plurals are more important than the dual one in Sanskrit. We can see here the beautiful coastline of India. This part of India is called a Prayadweep or a peninsula because it is surrounded by water on three sides. Here we have the coast. One of the coasts, here we have the Arabian Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Bay of Bengal. So this coast of India is called the Malabar coast, and here we have the Coromandel coast. Same way, we have the Konkan and the Andhra, here the Utkal. So all of this area is the area that is mentioned in this text. India is the only country in the world, by the way, that has an ocean named after it. There is no other country with that kind of luck so far. Bharatasya Trisrushu Dishasu Samudra Tatah Santi. Now that means India's Trisushu, that means three sides, three disha, that is three directions. There is a coastline like we've seen in the picture. Asmad ev karanat, this is the Panchami Vibhakti, from something, but alag hone ke arth mein, like when something is getting away from something. So from this reason, going away from this reason, Asmad ev karanat Panchami Vibhakti, Bharat Desha Prayadvipah iti kathyate. So this is why India is known as a Prayadvipah or a peninsula. Purva Dishayam Bangopsagarah, Dakshin Dishayam Hind Mahasagarah, Pashchim Dishayam cha Arab Sagarah asti. So we talk about the different directions. So Purva Disha, in this direction, we have the Bay of Bengal in the east. Dakshin, that is in the south. We have the Hind Mahasagar, that is the Indian Ocean. And Pashchim, that is on the west, we have the Arab Sagar, that is the Arabian Sea. Etesham Trayanam api Sagaranam Sangamaha Kanyakumari Tate Bhavati. That means all of these three, Trayanam, that is, this is also Shashti Vibhakti, Etesham Trayanam. So, api, in che dishao ke. So, like that meaning. So, genitive case. Sagaranam, that is ocean. Sangam, that is coming together. That is called as Kanyakumari Tate. That happens at this Kanyakumari. It's a small town. Atra Purnimayam Chandrodayah Suryastam cha Yugpateva Drashtum Shakyate. So Atra, that means here, Purnimayam Chandrodaya. So here you can see Chandrodaya, that is the moonrise, and Suryastam, that is the sunset. Yugpateva, that means together. Drashtum shakyate, that it can be seen there together. So basically it talks about the coming together of these three different things, the three, this part connected to the Arabian Sea, this part connected to the Bay of Bengal, and here on the bottom, here we have Sri Lanka, and we have the rest of the Indian Ocean here, and here somewhere we have the small town of Kanyakumari, where all of these come together. Now, coming to some shlokas about today's class. So, shlokas about numbers. I tried to collect some really beautiful ones. So, here I have something really nice and divine, something maybe that can help you connect with your spirituality. Says, Ekam Brahma Dvitiya Naste. Neha Noah. Oh, sorry. I cannot read very well when it's in English. Okay. Maybe I have, no, I don't have it in another. Okay, naste, neha noa naste, kinchan. Kinchan means least bit. So there is only one God, not a second, not at all, not at all, not in the least bit. So that's why so many no's here. We can see Eka means one, Dvitiya means second, so that is related to the number 2. That is coming from Brahma Sutra, but you can also see this in many other ancient Vedic scriptures and also in Upanishad. So here we have the Chandogya Upanishad. This is the number of the verse. Again, we have the same verse that is repeated in another form. That means Ekam Eva Advitiyam. Advitiyam is a very beautiful word in Sanskrit language. In English, we have a parallel word. So in English, the word is unparalleled. When something does not have a parallel, when something does not have an equal, could also be unequaled. So here it says that he's the only one without a second. And we can see the same verse in different forms in different Sanskrit texts. I have a beautiful story which I'm going to post on the WhatsApp group that is called The King's Monkey Servant. And we can look at it in the next class. So now I'm going to ask some questions. I already made a list of questions, so you can open your mics. Okay. So one by one, let's see. Question number 1. How many vibhaktis are there in Sanskrit? Do they change nouns or verbs? That is, do they change names of people or actions? Anybody?
There are 8 vibhaktis,
Okay.
and they do not change nouns. They do not change nouns, but they can change verbs, not actions.
Okay. No, the vibhaktis change only the nouns, the names of people or the pronouns. So like Ramaha becomes Ramam, Ramen, Ramai, Ramat, Ramasya, Rame, Hey Ramaha. So that all of that, that's vibhakti. Very good,
Yes.
very good. Okay, question number 2. Please also say your name because I cannot see the name screen, so I know who's answering, okay? How many vachans are there? Do they change nouns or verbs?
Probably there are two vachans.
What are they?
Ekavachan, Anekavachan.
Ekvachan, dvivachan, anekvachan.
Okay, so there are three.
There are 3. And this is the beauty of the Sanskrit language, because in today's date, there are no languages with the 3 vachans. So the only languages that have the 3 vachans are ancient languages like Greek and Sanskrit. So the second part of the question is, do they change nouns or verbs?
Verbs only, no noun.
Okay, maybe they change both. Let me tell you how. So for example, we can say asti in the singular and santi in the plural, or kridati in the singular and kridanti in the plural. But With a noun, for example, if there is one person, we can say saha. But if there are many people, we can say te. So the vachan changes both the noun and the verbs. Is that clear for everybody? Yes? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
say your name when you answer so I don't have to look back at the Skype to see who's answering, okay? That makes it more personal. Give one example of akarant pulling. Just the example. Akarant means it has to end with a, like a normal word, but it has to be pulling. Okay, one example is Rama.
Pita.
Sorry?
It's Pita maybe.
No, but that is akarant. I'm saying akarant. It's different.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
chota a, the small a.
Okay.
Like for example, Ramaha, Ram.
Hmm.
Any other example? Anybody?
Hmm. Sham.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good one. Okay, Ram, Sham, Bam, I don't know. But okay.
Krishna.
So
Krishna.
other yes, let me write some examples here. Can be Krishna, can be Doot. We have seen this in some last classes. Roop, that means a king. Can be Sevak,
Gajaha.
can be Gaj, very good. Gajaha, can be Aj, that means a goat. It can be like so many examples. Ikarant striling. Can be choti e or badi e, doesn't matter. You tell me.
Hmm. Nadi.
Yes, very good. A good example of ikarant. This is a badi e. I will put two e's because it's a badi e. So nadi
Hmm.
is an ikarant striling. And mati, like Shrimati, that is an ikarant. So this is the choti e in mati and the badi e in nadi. Big e and small e. Then give one example of napunsakling.
Hmm. Sir. Vriksha
Sorry?
is.
Okay, could be. Or like a very simple example to remember is phalam, a fruit. Because it has the M, and normally if it has the M, it will be like a napunsakling. Other example is Kim. When you ask the question Kim that ends with M, that is also napunsakling. So one of the most common features is it will end with M. Like somebody was asking me in one of the classes, what is the difference between dhanyavadaha and dhanyavadam? So it depends on the akarant pulling or the napunsakling, like that. Make one sentence with tritiya vibhakti. Just three more questions. Tritiya vibhakti, let me give you an example. It will be with something like Kanduken with the ball or Krishnen with Krishna. So make one sentence.
It may be Rama Krishnena Vadati.
Yes, it could be Ramaha
Rama
Krishnena
Krishnena Vadati.
Vadati. Very good. Make one sentence with Dvitiya vibhakti. Now Dvitiya vibhakti will be Krishnam. We can use another word. Anyone? You can change the dhatu. You can use kridati. You can use namati. Any dhatu. Actually, it will be better with vadati. Yeah. But I use here Ramaha again. So Ramaha Krishna Vadati, that means Ram said to Krishna. But Ramaha Krishnena Vadati, it means Ram said with Krishna. So this becomes with Krishna and this becomes to Krishna. So if we change this, like Kridati, it becomes better because then it means Ram played with Krishna. That is Krishnena. And here it becomes Ramaha Krishnam Vadati, that is said to Krishna. Take one example with Saptami Vibhakti, like Gruhe, like in the house. This is the last question, guys. Like Grih me, like in the house, becomes Gruhe. You can say, I cook in the house, I sleep in the house, I do my homework in the house. Like this, maybe? Anyone? Okay. This is one example. Aham grihe tishdati. That means I stay in the house. So here, this is an example of the Saptami Vibhakti. I'm going to leave the answers here and I'm going to send this to you guys. I know today we took a lot of time, so I'm going to put the video that I was going to show in the WhatsApp group. And I think that's it for today. If anyone has questions or